dum 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 dum
Space between, space between, space between. Space between.
Last podcast, we had Devin Lake on as a guest. It made my heart swell inside my breast.
I thought you were going to say chest.
Oh,
but yeah.
I had a good time on last podcast.
Good job.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? This is the Space Between podcast, where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business, what's happening now, and what's happening next. I'm Pat Shand.
I'm Amy Shand.
Hello,
Still.
everyone. Do you mean that you're not going to divorce me?
Yeah.
What could I do that would make you divorce me?
Actually, literally, I can't think of anything. This is fucked up to say, but you could cheat on me, and I wouldn't leave.
What?
I would just be like, why'd you do that? We would talk through it.
I'll tell you this. One thing that I saw an opportunity to do and I didn't do.
We're special, though.
I was in New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing Pokemon Go. Mm-hmm. And I was having a very hard time finding gyms and to do raids at.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting very, very, I'm going to say fucking frustrated, okay?
You do, sometimes.
Yeah, I do. And I saw a cab driving past. And the cab on top of it, you know that little card thing on top that you see?
Yeah, like an ad, like a little triangle on top.
It had an ad for a strip club, right?
A little cab mohawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I wonder what if I went to the cab and I was like, take me to the place on top, you know?
Yeah. I just would want to have gone.
I didn't. Yeah, that's mostly why I never go to strip clubs. Is that you prefer to go with me, you know?
Yeah.
But also, I don't know. Strip clubs have a weird smell to them. They smell kind of like.
Sometimes they make me sad.
Why?
Just because I don't know.
I mean, well,
I usually enjoy them. You know.
I have a reason why. But first of all, it's strip clubs smell like flower petals. You know, they smell it smells too floral in there. I'll say.
All
And
the sprays.
the last time that you and I were in a strip club, you got into a little spat with one of the strippers.
And then afterwards, like, I like when the girls seem like they're in charge and like love what they do.
Yeah.
I don't like when they seem like strung out or like even drunk, you know, and like just in a mom sense. I'm just like, oh honey, like that.
Yeah, I mean, the last time that we went, it was kind of a crazy show. You know, you got into a little spat with a stripper because you were talking about. First, she came over to you and was talking about how hot you were. And then I came back from the bathroom, and she couldn't believe that we were together, okay?
Which, first of all, I don't like that shit.
That pissed you off. And then, two, you brought up the idea of potentially you wanting to work at one of those places.
I think pole dancing's so cool. I've always wanted to learn how to do it. And there was a time when I was doing, like, freelance nude modeling and stuff where I was more, like, in that scene. And I was like... And then I watched, like, Hustlers and stuff, and I'm like, yo...
I'm going to say this. Interrupt me one more time. I'm going to cough on you, okay?
I'm just telling you what you're talking about.
I'm going to cough on you.
I don't even remember.
And I'm going to give you that COVID, okay? Now, my third thing that I was going to say that I'm chasing it in my mind because you interrupted me and now I almost forget it, right? Is that, oh yeah, she said that you won't have what it takes to be a stripper.
Yeah.
She said that you don't have the heart for it. And I was like, wow, she judged so much. And she just met us. And then, at the same day, as you had in that little spat, there was a stripper up there who must have been 65 years old. Okay?
Yes.
Now you can go.
I don't have anything to add right at this moment. If I did, I would have said it, and then I would have interrupted you with it.
Oh, are you pissed now?
No. That story is just complete.
Yeah, it's done. So, yeah, I couldn't do anything to have you divorce me, huh?
I don't think so.
What if I came home and I was covered in blood, dirt, and a little bit of cum, okay?
That's crazy.
And the first thing I say when I come in the door is, none of this is mine.
I don't know. I would have to get to the root of what happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't immediately sign divorce papers while you were covered in blood and dirt. and come.
Okay, thank you. So how are you today?
Good. I took a nap already. It's not that late. And then we just have to run a couple errands today before we get locked into our house.
Are you scared of all this?
I'm scared for people. Well, because, like, I'm scared for just, like, a couple people that, like, I know. I think that we're safe because we spend a lot of time, like, at home. And when I go to work, I'm surrounded by, like, sanitizer and stuff. And we're super on it. And we don't... I did go out and socialize on the weekend, which I was, like, in the back of my head, like, this is silly. Like, I went out to bars on the weekend. But it was my friend's boyfriend's birthday. And they weren't, like, postponing it or anything. And I like to go out, so I just did it. And I brought Purell with me.
Yeah.
But so far, so good for us. I'm not too concerned. Specifically, like, for me, I know that, like, I smoke a lot. My lungs aren't the strongest. So if I did get sick, we might, and you, because you have asthma, we might both end up, you know, going to the hospital and shit. So I don't want to get sick. And I know that my dad has, like, heart problems, weaker, and your mom's a bit older. And in her county, as opposed to ours in New York, there's more cases. And
is that
it's
true?
Like, yeah, they closed all the schools in Nassau County for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And there's, like, upwards of, I don't want to, like, talk out of my ass, but it's, like, 30 to 40 cases there now. And so I'm worried for your mom, but I know that she's being super careful.
Yeah.
And she's, like, not even, like, visiting with us and stuff. And I feel that if we went to Nassau, we would be kind of exposing ourselves in a way, going to that county. And, I mean, I babysit 2 young kids here in town, and their school's not closed yet. I'm going to text her this afternoon and see. But it's not like the whole county, like up there.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I think that, you know, at first I was kind of, I guess I was uninformed about the severity, and I guess I didn't understand why things were closing, that it was more of a preventative measure.
Yes.
To have it spread slower. Because I didn't, when I heard the statistic that 50 to 70% of people are going to get it no matter what, I more understood what was going on, I guess, you know?
Yeah, to me, the biggest problem that they have now, as far as I know, is that officials and, like, medicine and stuff is rushing to try and find, like, some sort of, like, you know, vaccine for it or something, trying to fix it, because that's what they do with, like, the flu. There's a vaccine and everything else. But until then, because of that, and because, like, so far it's been so severe because we just don't know how to handle it, people have died. I read online that the death rate has risen a bunch like, worldwide with it. So it's just like, if you're within 6 feet of someone who has it, you can be exposed
that's
to
what
it.
I heard too.
So that's why everyone's saying just stay inside.
The live angle actually can't hear us right now.
Oh.
I'm not sure why. But I'm going to stop this really quick.
Hold on, I got a fact, y'all. Listen, hold on.
All right, how about now? Can people hear us now? Can you guys hear us now? If you can hear us, please confirm.
Hey, Zach.
If you guys can hear, please confirm. I'm guessing probably not because no one's confirmed yet.
Hey, David, can you hear us? Much
Oh,
better.
boom. Okay,
Cool.
great.
Thank you.
All right, so you had something else to say. Yes, sorry for that. You'll see the early conversation in the final video.
Yeah, we'll edit it together.
Yeah, but
Or he will.
our audio wasn't working in the live stream. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Well, it's okay by me.
Very good. Very good.
I was, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So everyone, first I thought that everyone was freaking out because I didn't, like, want to be nervous about it and stuff. But now, you know, of course I'm going to, like, take precautions and stuff because it sucks to be sick. I don't want to get sick, you know. I don't care if it's the flu. I don't care if it's whatever else. And this is obviously a bit worse because there's not, like, medication specific for it.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I work at a massage place, which I wonder, and I'm curious as to, like, whether we're going to close and stuff because we do, you know, facials and massage, and it's, like, you know, a clinic setting and stuff. But so I, like, since I smoke all the time, I cough all day, every day. Like, you know, I'm like,
Oh.
and everyone is,
okay.
like, looking at me like, are you sick? Are you sick? You know?
Yeah.
And even my boss asked me, are you sick too? And I, like, told her, like, no, just smoke tobacco, you know?
Yeah.
So, and there's been some memes about that online, and that's true. It's hard to be a smoker this season.
I bet.
Because getting a lot of looks. In addition to that, me specifically, my like face picking disorder, it has to do with anxiety. So this happened when I worked at Starbucks, when like the health people would come around and you're not allowed to touch your face, your apron, this and that. My anxiety gets higher, so then I touch my face more. So now like it's like my disorder has like kicked into action more, and I'm always like touching my face, moving my hair, and I'm always right after sanitizing at work, right? Because it's right there. But if I'm not at work, I have to like think about it even more.
Oh, you're a big face toucher.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. What I've noticed is that when you consciously think about not touching your face, and not even you, people, me, it makes me want to touch them more.
I know.
I
See,
feel
just like the note that you're not supposed to touch your face because of this is like in the back of my head. I feel like
I have a sneeze.
you're sick. Bless you. Bless you.
It's allergies, guys. I have cats,
So
and
yeah.
I'm allergic to cats. Okay.
Yeah. So
But who knows? Maybe we both have it.
yeah, and yeah, if we do, hopefully our body just kicks it without having to go to the doctor or anything. But yeah. That's the haps.
One thing that I'm worried about for you is that the clientele that's going to come to Massage Envy is going to be fucking psychos. Who's going to get a massage right now?
I know a few people have canceled, but people have still been coming in.
Because they're saying 6 feet apart, and a massage is not that.
They're
like,
touching you, yeah.
Yeah. During a massage, what they do a deep little back tissue thing. They just spread your cheeks apart,
No.
cough into your asshole. You know.
That's not what happens.
No?
You're disgusting. No, but it's still close contact. And then you have, we change the sheets every time, but, you never know. People are laying on the same bed all day and stuff like that. But so far, so good over there, too. So until further notice, it's just like business as usual, pretty much.
Should I bleep the name of your company? I don't want to get you in trouble there.
Did you say the name?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so. I think everyone should assume that that's not the case.
Yeah, okay. Okay. No, not because of what I said, but because of like the...
Oh, no, I don't think so. Like I said, we've read pamphlets about it.
Yeah.
We're doing everything that we're supposed to do. Like, if we were supposed to be closed, we would close.
I have to think it's going to close down soon.
Right. And for now, we're just doing, like, extra measures. Like I was telling you earlier. Instead of touching, the iPad forms with the fingers, we have, like, 6 to 7 styluses.
Yeah.
And we, like, Clorox wipe them in between every client.
Okay.
And I have a glove when I take credit cards. A latex glove.
Jesus.
So, in case anyone is nervous, if and when they do come in, hopefully that, like, quells their nerves, if anything. And also... if everyone else is doing it, not to say, like, I don't want people to look at me weird, but no one's going to look at me weird because it's like a big, like, crisis right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing it to help me and to help everyone else.
Right.
Because I have to go to work still for now, so.
There are certain things that I think are measures that make sense to take, but
Right.
then I'll see guys with beards, because I went to the city the other day, and now I kind of...
Want to shave your beard off?
I wouldn't go now, but no. I see guys with beards who put on that mask, and it's like, that doesn't work for you because it doesn't seal.
Right. Because the beard is like a cushion between.
Yeah. And all these hipster dudes walking around wasting those masks.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, man.
Yeah, some stuff is over the top and
It doesn't
doesn't
work.
But, I'm just trying to stay calm and be smart. And like I said, so far, I'm not sick, so I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Personally, here.
Let's call my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, see what she has to say. She's always a fun guest on the podcast. She actually, I feel like, and this is no offense to her guest spot, but she's a bit more natural on the podcast when she is on the phone.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a disgusting snort to make.
Very good.
1 second. That was Amy,
That wasn't that bad.
Let's put up over. You do this?
No, it doesn't do that for some reason.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Good, honey. How are you?
Good. I have to tell you something, though.
Okay.
You're on the podcast right now. Okay?
Okay.
We still want to FaceTime later, but this is kind of impromptu.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on everything going on. See, get your expert thoughts, because you lived, you worked for years in an old folks' home. You were surrounded by sickness, expirations, So I want
All different types of ailments.
Yeah, definitely. So I wanted to get your thoughts on what's going on.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I want to clarify that it wasn't an old ladies' home or an old age home. It was an assisted living, which is 100 times different than really a nursing home. Okay?
I didn't say nursing home though, but hold on. Were people who lived there at all under 65?
There was somebody who was 63, I believe.
Oh,
Yes.
Get wrecked,
Okay.
Pat Shand.
63, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason why, unfortunately, is because she suffered from early dementia, and so she really couldn't be alone.
That's a bummer.
That's sad.
And the family was affluent, so it was an easy choice for both the mother and the family, because the mother was okay with being there.
Okay.
She looked like she really enjoyed herself, to tell you the truth.
She probably wanted her to keep her independence, so she felt better living alone still.
Exactly. And she knew how to use her.
It's like an apartment
She had
complex.
she had an iPhone before me. She had her nails done. She had,
Yeah.
went to the beauty parlor, the whole 9 yards.
Zing, that's
But
cute.
she was there. You're there for a reason,
Yeah, I mean, and if she ever had a bad day, she just would forget it,
This is I'll tell you something. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds funny, but it's true. Like, what I learned from you, because I once, I would sometimes go with Mom to, I would sit in with her when she would do a night shift, because there's nothing really to do, so we just sit there and watch
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I would love that as a receptionist.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I would hear Mom get a call, and sometimes Mom would sort of play along with these people, and they'll bring up like people who are dead and stuff, and
Right.
Mom would just play along. And I learned why, because
You
they
don't
would
wanna
call
upset
back
them.
15 minutes later and have the same conversation.
Right.
Exactly.
It's just
Exactly.
not worth the stress.
Yeah,
Because
you can't explain it. They're not going to understand logic.
Right,
because
right.
they're not in that world.
Yeah.
They're in their own world. And so rather than to say, they would say to me, they would come up and say to me, oh, my mother told me to, blah, blah. And I just said, first of all, I would start to goof at first and just say, your mother, I now realize something. You are 85 years old. Your mother's 160. Come on. I said, she's up in heaven. No, she's over here. I just spoke to her. I said, okay, I didn't know that. I said, well,
My
when
bad.
you see her, tell her I said hello, and I do it and then that appeases them. And then then they realize, reality, whatever reality is for them, kind of comes back,
Do you think that it was all just dementia, or do you think that there were any actual ghosts?
I think it was strictly dementia.
Okay.
I honestly don't I don't believe in ghosts. I don't.
At all?
No, not at all. I believe that there's different feelings and essence and stuff. But I don't think that I don't believe that there would be like you could see somebody or somebody appears to you. I think that
you know what? I think that you believe, and I think it's cool, that energy can stay and linger,
Right.
certain
Yeah.
feelings and energies and,
Right.
vibrations even.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to Jimmy all the time. I look at his picture and I just say, oh, I feel so nervous about this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to be doing this, And whether he could hear me or not, that's something I don't know. But that gives me the peace. So if that's something talking I remember Doreen coming into the house. She goes, oh, I can feel Jimmy's essence. I could feel nothing,
Yeah.
I don't feel
And if
him
anyone,
in
you
this
would
house.
know, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel him
That's true.
I don't
That's
feel
true.
him in this house. I feel him here in my heart that I can talk to him, So I don't feel like, I hope that he could hear me. Just it's almost like when I say a prayer to God. It's that's what gives me peace, Do I think that, God is,
You never see
there
a
with,
god
well,
ghost,
Yeah, it's kind of, it is, that it's just part of everything, and nobody really knows. I mean, so I would never say to somebody, oh, there's no such thing as ghosts. I would never say that, because to them there is, And
Yeah.
to me, there's not. Doesn't mean that I'm right or they're right. It means that that's who I am and that's who they are.
That's your life and that's their life.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
respect that.
totally.
You don't goof on them. You don't make fun of them. You just hopefully they won't goof and make fun of me.
Well, I'll tell you this. I did call you to get your thoughts on the coronavirus, but actually,
This is a great conversation.
yeah, you brought up something that I actually wanted to talk about today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's kind of crazy, and I didn't plan on having you here for this part, but I like it. I actually felt, and this is going to sound crude and like it's a bit, but this is not a joke.
Okay.
Okay.
I felt Dad's presence in a way at some point last week.
Really?
Yes.
How?
I'll tell you this, and it's going to sound like a joke. I swear this is not a joke.
No, I don't think it's a joke.
I farted in the car, okay?
Okay.
And it smelled just like one of Dad's farts.
Oh,
That's a cute
Yeah.
joke.
It's real, though.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah.
But I see why you say it. It sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
Because
and like, it made me think like this. And it made me think back to times where, when I would be growing up, sometimes like negative things would stick out more than positive things, because it's easier to remember like getting yelled at for something that you didn't do versus just a parent
nice
being
moment.
nice,
yeah, it's just like restaurants. Like
Yeah.
you're never gonna go and write a good review, really, but you always remember the bad.
Yeah.
exactly.
Instances.
That's human
That's
nature. Yes.
that's a really good point. And yeah, I would always think like I don't want to be like Dad, and I would always say that. And I remember even one time, Amy and I'm not sure if you remember this.
I already do.
We were in Michael's, and I was looking for something specific. And before I could tell the store clerk what I wanted, Amy described it to him, and I guess I thought it was inaccurate. And I was like, that's not it at all. And I described it my way. And then when we walked away, Amy said that I had acted and spoke like my dad when he's like aggressively correcting someone,
But I don't want to offend you, Mom, by
No,
having said that.
that's
But he was
fine.
just very like outspoken and opinionated,
no,
so
no.
he would oftentimes, be like, "This is what it is."
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, and-
Jimmy Shand was far from perfect.
Yeah.
I'm far from perfect. Everybody. I mean, he, had a short temper. He talked too loud. He yelled, but
That's where you get your
He
booming
was-
voice.
but he was a loving, and he had something that it's weird that like the things, something that he had. I'm saying to myself, I don't have it now. I have to work on it. But he had like this kind of compassion naturally for things that I wouldn't even think to have the compassion for.
Yeah.
He was watching TV late at night, and it was about to feed the hungry. And then he's sending money out to them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hello,
I didn't know that at all.
He
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of ways of my dad, because
Yeah.
my dad one
Yeah.
day, all of a sudden, and to this day, I think he saw a commercial like that, and now he sends money to surgeons that go around and fix cleft lips for
Really?
kids around the world.
I didn't know that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, and it's just because we see them so much at kind of like the head of the house, and like he raised the boys when he was 19 years old when he had 19 or 20 years old when he was a father already. At 24, he was a father of 2 kids.
Right.
And it's
That's
like, oh my
young.
God, you're a baby having babies, and you learn to kind of like. And then plus too, I guess because when he saw his mother and father, he didn't see a lot of compassion or, I don't know what to me, it wasn't selfishness,
Affection?
but it was kind of like, not the way I remember my mother and father being,
Like
and my mother and
lovey-dovey.
father were
Yeah.
also, not perfect, and me and Dad aren't perfect, and if you as a couple, you're not perfect.
What do you mean?
Something,
No, I know what you mean, Mom. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when Amy told me that in Michael's,
He was devastated.
I cried. I actually,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, I don't want to be that way, and that's still true, and I don't think that I am, But
Oh no, definitely not.
there are moments that I've had recently where I've thought of a quality of myself, and even physically in my face, where I'll see a bit of Dad that in the past I would have not even noticed that it was a positive quality that he had. That now I look at myself, or like think about something that I've done or said,
smell your own fart.
or smell my own fart, yeah, and I'm like, wow, that reminds me of Dad, you know?
In a good way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
In a way that I couldn't really appreciate while he was here, you know?
Right.
Exactly. And you know what? That's exactly a true statement.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I wish I appreciated what I had before, you know? But if that be the case, and I said to myself, okay, I'm wishing I appreciated what I had before, but because you look at it like, oh, you know, wish I didn't do this, wish I didn't say this, wish this, I shouldn't have yelled, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done this. But you learn from it, and then you learn to appreciate all the good stuff. And now, even now, I mean, all these trying times and everything, it's like I still want to appreciate everything that I have, because, you know, it's fleeting. So it's something you just have to say, hey, listen, you know, I have a roof over my head, I have this, I have that, I have a good family. That's what so I think as a person gets older, I think you start to appreciate. When you're younger, I think it's very hard to appreciate because you're so busy living life that you don't really take it and say, oh, I love this moment, I'm going to save this moment forever. No, you know, because there's so many moments. So rather than focus on the negative, you just say, listen, you know what? All in all, I had a very good life, you know. I enjoyed myself when I was younger.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself here, and I'm still enjoying myself now. So I don't want to waste now on saying, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this, I should have done. I want to say, hey, I'm doing it now. And that's what I think you learn to appreciate each moment, you know. But that takes age.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, because, you know.
But it's good to learn and to know, like, you know, for us now, because it'll be, you know, more in the front of our mind. That's why I feel like, too, it's become a trend to write, like, gratitude lists, you know, and, practice, like, gratitude and being thankful and stuff, because it is hard to actually actively do.
I felt that I want to do that myself, yeah.
Yeah. Amy did something when we were home from Port Jeff. We were at IHOP, and then we heard about Kobe Bryant and his daughter, and that's all we knew about. First of all we knew was Kobe.
That was shocking because it was right away.
Yeah,
that was like the breaking news.
And I remember, that was a Sunday, and I was going to stay over until Monday. I remember you going home and you calling your mother, and you were in the room. And I stayed in the living room because I heard you calling her. And then you came out with the phone, and you were crying to her, you know. And it wasn't crying like, it was crying because you wanted to tell her, hey, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah. And that's the moments that what happens, you know, as a person, you know, but you wouldn't have done that if that didn't happen to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So it's almost, you know what I mean? It almost like it's like a wake up call to say, hey, come on, you know, tell somebody you love them, you know, tell somebody you appreciate them, you know. And you know what, though? You're still gonna get mad. You're still gonna, you know, I yell, you know, I do this, I do this.
You do?
You know. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know who I yell at? I yell at myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the worst, Mom.
Oh yeah. I yell at myself, and I just say, you know what? I don't want to feel sorry for myself because I have so much more than somebody. I appreciate what I have. And that's the thing. You have to say, you know what? Somebody else has it so much worse than me, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and that old thing, you know, I cried because I had no shoes until I saw somebody who had no feet.
I've actually never heard that.
No, me neither. No.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really? Wow, I'm surprised. You know,
it's cute,
and it's true because you do appreciate. But when I told Barbara that, okay, and I understand that this is how Barbara feels. You know, she grew up as an only child. You know, very different than when I grew up with having the 3 siblings.
Hold on, Mom. Wait. Before you go ahead, you are on the podcast, so just be careful what you say. You know.
Oh no! I'm not going to say anything. There's nothing bad about it.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
I'm just saying she grew up differently.
Okay.
So when I had said to her something, we were talking, and I told her the saying. She says, "I understand what you mean," but she says, "I still want to cry if I have no shoes." And she was right, because you know what? It's something that the bottom line is you still don't have any shoes. You know.
Yeah,
And that's
you
bad in her situation.
Yeah, and she, you know, I appreciated that about her. You know, that she said, it's still kind of not that the person is all about the person, but we all kind of all about ourselves, even though we don't know it.
Right.
We all, if I don't feel good and then all of a sudden I feel better, it's like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
You have to, everyone says, like, you have to love yourself before you start loving others and everything like that, you know?
Exactly,
And I mean, too, what I've noticed about just in the vein of what you're talking about, certain things that seem bad in the time, when you get distance, you can look back and you have a different perspective. Like, and it can even be funny. Like, I remember you and Dad, like, the two of you couldn't cook chicken cutlets without really kind of being passive-aggressive toward each other about who makes a better cutlet.
It was like a cutlet competition.
Yeah. Like, Dad liked the cutlets one way, and Mom didn't like the way he made it and preferred it her way, you know?
Right.
Right, yeah. He made it too thick.
Oh, yeah. It's, you know what?
I have to say, and God forgive me, I do prefer yours, Mom.
I'm Team Janice too, you know?
But he is a good cook. And remember when he would make, what was it, meatball cupcakes?
Oh, the
meat pies, yeah.
The little ones.
What do we call them? Oh, just meat cupcakes.
Meat cupcakes.
Yeah.
I think they were called barbecue something.
That's
They
what
had a
Dad
name.
called them, but we call them
Yeah.
meat cupcakes. Yeah.
Oh,
I
they were
remember
yummy.
because he had the rose garden in the backyard, and he would always bring in flowers for you. And the first time that I visited New York, he brought me one too, and we put it in that glass thing.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so nice. Yeah.
Oh.
Because Dad mellowed with age. He really did. I think once he kind of like started doing the racing, and before that, but more so, just kind of like being with a different type of a person, and he loved all that stuff, and I could see like he got like just like easier,
Yeah.
and I mean he had his things, as we all do, and there's like I love my mother. My mother to me was the best in the West. However, she was with problems.
Yeah.
Do I want to be like that? No. Do I want to learn from that to say this is how I don't want to do something? Yes, I want to learn from that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am part of who my mother is, and because she's part of who her mother is. It's like that. So you have a lot of Dad in you, and you have a lot of me in you, but more so, the most you have is Patrick. And then you just have to pick and choose to say, hey, listen, I want to learn from this. This was a negative thing that I thought that Dad had. Maybe he didn't think so, but to you it was. So I'll take that and I'll, kind of like, learn from it to say, okay, listen, I understand it. And, whatever. But, a person is very individual,
Very.
And it's kind of like you make yourself, it's like, the way that, you write. Well, all of a sudden now, Amy is writing all this great stuff. It's like, where did that come from? Did that come from learning from you? Was that there that you just put it out? Who knows?
Well, Amy actually
Pat's what I call an enabler in a good way.
Yeah.
Because I've always loved writing and stuff, but I never thought to or even chose to make it like a career path in any way. Like when I was younger, I was very young, winning spelling bees and essay contests and stuff like that. And I love creative writing was my favorite class every single year. But I've never acted to even apply for any kind of writing job at all. I've always just been in food service and customer service because it's what I know. So it's really cool. So that's why I call Pat the enabler, because he's the guy. He sends the emails, he does the networking, and he gives me the opportunities and stuff. And then it's super, super cool in that way.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
and looking back, you always have been a writer. And we're gonna wrap up really quick, Mom. But
Okay.
I do want to say that Amy had this book where she she wrote about each of her brothers, and that was made before Troy was born, huh?
I was in elementary school, and
you
that
gotta
was
make
pre-Troy.
You gotta make a sequel, you know.
I have to make a sequel.
Wow. Ooh, nice.
My mom would love that.
But before we go, Mom, we have some comments coming in for you. David Alon is watching live, and he says, "Hi, Mama Shand."
Oh.
And Jamie Colombo is watching live
Oh.
and says, "Love you all, Jan, Amy, Pat. Love the conversation and miss your dad a lot." And then he says, "Thin cut is best."
That's funny.
Yeah. Thin cut cutlets, dude.
That's what's up.
And
It's a fun. Oh, okay.
Zach O'Connor says, "I love and appreciate you all."
Aw.
Oh, very nice. I called up Charlie Colombo because on March 10th, that was his birthday.
Yeah.
And so I called him up to wish him a happy birthday. And I said, "How is Jamie doing?" He said, "Oh, he's, not doing the best and everything." But yet Jamie,
Yeah.
I admire Jamie so much because regardless, he has, whatever his problems are,
Yeah.
he goes on with life.
Jamie's amazing, yeah.
He's super awesome. He's
Jamie's
such a
awesome.
good friend of ours.
One of the most unbelievable people I have known in my life. Very honestly.
Yeah.
Aw.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, you have a great family. That's all I'll say.
Thank you.
So do you.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, you sure do. We're going to let you go because we have one more call to make and some videos to react to.
So nice to talk to you, Mom. You gotta make me
Okay.
cry, and I love you.
Yeah, we love you very much.
I love you guys too.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll speak to you later on, okay?
Yeah, I want to see your face later. If you have time, we'll FaceTime.
Okay, whatever's good. I'll
Okay,
be here.
I'm glad to hear that you sound healthy.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay,
I feel
good.
fine.
Oh, hey, yeah, don't, if you catch it, I'm so fucking mad.
If you need anything, we'll bring it to your doorstep. Just don't.
Listen, I'm just saying, it is what it is. And,
Yeah.
you said so worst case scenario and everything, if you do happen to get something, you stay home, you take care of yourself, you have some soup, some tea.
Go straight to the
hopefully it'll
doctor
pass.
if it gets worse, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not around anybody.
Good,
And it's just
yeah.
it's something that I think it's a doable thing.
Okay.
I mean, Janet called me up today to say, "You want to come over?" And I said, "Oh no, thank you." You know.
Oh, no, yeah, don't go over there.
Aw.
No. And I mean, I'm not just like you're not being rude to me by not coming over. I'm
Yeah.
not.
No, just trying to protect you.
Yeah, and you know what? I really think they're doing everything they have to do,
Yeah.
and then hopefully all this stuff will pass. That's what I want.
Yeah, I'll tell you
It'll
this.
Go away.
What I'll do is if you need anything, like if you need any water or anything, I'll come over and I'll leave it at your doorstep and I'll wipe it down with some wipes, right? And then I'll leave. Maybe
And
like,
he'll wear a hazmat suit when he does it.
yeah, I'll wear a hazmat suit. And if you have any enemies that are over 70 that you want to take out, I'll just swing by, cough on them, and go.
Yeah.
You're such a sick person.
So we're gonna call you in a bit, and be careful of.
Oh, yeah, watch out for...
Bye.
Okay, we'll
Love
see
you
you
guys.
soon. Love you too. All right, bye.
I want to explain that joke a little bit. I can't give too much
That's a
information.
true crime story. I should email Karen in Georgia.
Yeah,
for real.
It's a true crime story.
I didn't think I had one.
I can't say too much about it, but there was an incident about someone that we know, kind of, who is in close proximity to some of our family, who a dead body was discovered in this person's house, and it had been left there for like a month. And it was just that not chilling, but it was just chilling.
there.
The body was in the house.
More like rotting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know the details. It never got reported in the news. I'm not sure where the person who lives there is now, whether
Yeah,
it
like
be
a
like...
jail or a psych ward or
Yeah.
whatever, but the house is now empty and for sale, and it's not like a known thing like, hey, this went down here. So I feel like anyone who goes to look at the house, unless they specifically ask, is just going to move into a house where a dead body was rotting.
Dude, if I fucking moved into a house and found out that someone kept a dead body to just kick it...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And like it was a situation where
I'll move out.
where like we didn't know if she just like expired and he didn't want to get rid of her, or he made her expire,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Fuck. It's a dark one,
So
you know?
that's what happened.
That is a dark one. But yeah, so whenever we leave Mom, we just say, watch out for,
And she knows what we're talking about.
She does. What else? What else? Oh yeah. So I'm waiting for one of my friends to.
While we wait, can I talk about my 2 newly obsessed TV shows?
Oh please, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, I always watch a mix of TV.
Got it. Go
Good.
on. Yeah.
Just real quick. Always watch a mix of TV. It's like, quote unquote, trash reality TV.
Yes.
Like TLC shows. And recently, this is the one I'm going to talk about. Netflix has an original dating show. Oh my God. And also true crime.
Yeah, you know what? That is such a specific mix.
Yeah. Because like the
Yeah.
true crime is dark and it like makes me feel, and I'm so interested in it and everything. Sometimes I get oversaturated and I want something lighter.
Yeah.
And I want something that's enthralling in a different way. And for some reason, like those dating shows, like when I was in high school, I used to sit for hours in front of the computer, like after school, and watch the entire seasons of like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and get so into it just by myself at the computer. Like, brothers, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Chilling, watching this. I loved it. I would like devour it.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I have fond memories of when we first got together. You would have just daytime TV on.
I love it.
I love that shit too.
I love like.
I love it with you.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And,
wouldn't
like,
watch it alone, but I love to react to it with you.
Dr.
You know?
Phil and like Oprah and stuff it's good. I like it too, and I'll watch it and stuff. But my favorites is like the Real World, you know, where it's like they stir up the drama on purpose for the purpose of entertainment.
Yeah.
That's my shit. In addition to all the true crime shit I watch. So recently, I want to recommend 2 things from either theme for you guys if you want something to binge watch. The first one, especially if you're from New York, it's to me it was really interesting. It is a movie, a Netflix original that just came out. I think it came out like within the last couple days because I just saw it at work yesterday. It's called The Lost Girls.
Yeah.
And the girl who plays Holly from The Office.
Yeah. Yes.
I
yes.
can't think of her real name. It sucks. I'm sorry, but she's just
yeah.
an incredible actress.
I'll look it up.
And so she plays it. Holly Flax from The Office.
Amy Ryan is her name.
Amy Ryan. Oh, she has my first name. That's cool. So anyway, so it's called The Lost Girls. It's a movie on Netflix, and it's it's about the Gilgo Beach murders on Long Island. And it's based on a book, and the book revolves around one specific family, the Shannon Gilbert's family, and it's very good. It's like a drama. There's it's based in real life. There's like real footage in it. So it's like a documentary / movie.
Yeah.
It's super intriguing, and it's a true story, and it's still unsolved to this day, and it's very cool.
And hold on though, I want to watch it myself.
Yes.
But I'll say this: Amy told me the plot, and I don't mind this kind of thing because if it's real, to me it isn't a spoiler to know because it's real.
There are facts. Yeah, you could find this online.
But when Amy told me about it, just even hearing it, my stomach hurt a little bit. So just go in knowing that it's gonna be a rough ride, right?
It's tough. Yeah. It's tough. It's frustrating. There's a lot of unanswered questions still, and the ending is shitty. Like sad.
Yeah, like the real life ending. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck. All right, and then
the other one I watched on Netflix is their original dating show that just came out. They filmed it about a year ago, and I think it recently came out, and it was like super secretive at first because they didn't want to like spoil anything. Yeah. And so now I'm like newly obsessed with this show, and I hope they have another season and have all new people. It's called Love is Blind. It's basically a dating show, and it's like in a way that's never been set up before. What they do is they like speed date essentially the first couple days, and then they match up with someone in the first couple days, and then they start getting like more emotionally connected to them. But throughout the entire process, they can't see the person. Yeah. They can't see the shape of them, how tall they are, what like ethnicity they are, anything. All they're doing is talking through this wall in this thing called a pod. And there's a bunch of shit about it online now that the show's over and everything, and I have like favorite couples and stuff like that, and the drama is so intense in the show, and it's really, really fun. So I really watched that show in like 3 days. It's like 11 episodes, including the reunion show, which is really funny too.
It'll be fun to react to some of those clips on the podcast.
Yeah, and then after you finish it and you go and read like the articles and stuff, it's fucking hilarious. It's just so much. And this is what I do all day at work because like it helps take time, I guess, but it's just really, really funny. So Love is Blind if you don't want to cry. Yeah. But I also cried during the show.
No, you cried like
I
twice,
posted an Instagram picture. Yeah. No, I cried like the entire wedding episode. Are you kidding me? Every single wedding, I was like, and I posted an Instagram picture of me literally crying about the show. I cried and I laughed at myself and I took a picture of my tears rolling down my face because I'm like, I can't believe I'm crying. But it's not that kind of crying. Yeah. But more seriously, so that's Love is Blind on Netflix, and also The Lost Girls. Yeah. It's a movie on Netflix. That's like a true crime based movie, and I'm
scared to watch that one.
Legit. I really want to watch it with you soon because it's super good. And I was watching on the computer screen at work. So I bet there's like little scenes and like nuances and stuff that I missed. Yeah. So I really want to like rewatch it when it's louder and we're like here with you. So that's my shout out.
And we're also watching Lost right now. And
almost done with the whole series.
Lost actually made me fucking weep the other day with the episode is called Ab Eterno. It's the Richard episode in the final season that
the Richard flashback.
Yeah, it tells Richard's origin story. Now we're calling my best friend Steve to check in on him.
And you're gonna say, "Hey, bitch." I can't believe I don't have his phone number. It doesn't make sense.
For the best,
I don't really talk to him.
Steve has a pretty big dick, dude.
Not interested, lover. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. You sound so fucking formal, bitch.
What's going on?
You're on the podcast.
Can I really tell a quick little memory from you guys last week?
Yeah.
We were leaving Steve's house the other day, and Pat told him to take Wednesday off of work to play Pokemon, and Steve told him no, and Pat dejectedly said, "Why not?" And Steve exasperatedly replied, "Because I'm an adult."
Wait, that really happened?
Yeah, that happened to me. I was there.
What are
So that's a good little description of them.
What are your thoughts on this, babe?
I think that Steve's an adult.
And?
You're also an adult.
Do you think that I'm irresponsible, Amy?
No way. What I think is that you have the luxury
of
having a job, working from home.
Yeah.
Making your own schedule. You still get things done on time. If you were like missing deadlines, and like going into debt because of Pokemon, that would be a problem.
Right.
But no, every time you have a free time, you do something you like to do, and every time it happens to be Pokemon. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's always something to do on the game. But, people with those 9 to 5s, they're not really gonna roll around with you all day,
Wow. So, Steve, hello.
Well, hello, sir.
So, I wanted to check in on you with all this coronavirus stuff happening.
Okay.
Are you sick?
Are you in lockdown?
I locked myself down.
Do you think that you have it or you don't have it?
I don't know. I'm definitely fighting something.
Yeah.
Do you think that being a plumber, like being exposed to like fecal matter and stuff, made you susceptible to getting the virus?
Yeah, I think so because
He died just now.
Sorry.
He has corona.
Sorry.
Hello, police.
he's fucking out of breath,
He can't
So
breathe.
I'm actually in the middle of a game.
Oh God.
Are you playing Pokemon?
No.
Steve,
I'm
I
pissed.
just made a speech about how you're an adult.
I'm sorry. I'm playing Call of Duty and my
word.
team just went down. So
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, but like
That's
I was
what
just
it-
telling Pat that Nassau is more. There's more cases and all the schools are on lockdown and stuff. So it sounds like Nassau is a little bit scarier than Suffolk right now. So I was just wondering, like, if businesses
back
are closed.
to being a plumber, I think it's bad for me because I've probably been in like 30 different houses
Yeah.
over the last week.
Yeah, it's not like they come to you. You have to go up in their shit.
Yeah, and it's hard to say
Literally. I'm sorry.
It's hard to say too. Like, you could just be like normal sick from having poo-poo particles in your throat.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what I'm thinking, but I don't want to take a chance.
Yeah.
My dad's over 70.
Oh no, yeah.
Word.
Stay away from your dad, dude.
We're even staying away from his mom when we're not sick. So
Yeah.
just trying to be safe.
It's just not worth it. I mean, I have toilet paper, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of
I'm
that
gonna
too,
live.
so, if you need any more...
He said, "I'm gonna live through this, guys."
Exactly. I'll come through and wipe that little corona ass of yours,
Is there anything going on with it in the DR? Is your wife scared or anything?
No,
Okay.
I mean, everyone's.
It's because it's a
like,
worldwide,
scared,
right?
You know, but I was worried about her. I was asking her how she feels,
Yes.
but she said she feels fine.
Okay, good.
So.
That is good. And Steve, do you mind if I bring up the bullying conversation that you and I had last night?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so last night Steve texted me about someone that I haven't thought of probably.
Is that the picture that's on your thing?
No. That was tied to it, but later on.
Okay, gotcha.
A person I haven't thought of probably in about 15 years. And it was a kid, because Steve and I went to the same church, right? And there was a kid there who was very pasty and pale. And he always wore these like white shirts, which really exacerbated his look. And we called him Glue.
Oh, like Elmer.
Yeah. And I don't even really remember anything except calling him Glue and like kind of being dismissive of him.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve, you said that your mom gave you a talking to about it, right?
Yes.
That
An anti-bully speech?
yeah, it's like Glue's mom
Glue's
talked
mom.
to your mom about us being bullies. Probably more you than me, though. You know.
No, definitely.
No,
was
you were
but
probably
it's fine.
the worst.
I think you made the name Glue.
No way. No.
You're the writer
No,
in this
no.
bitch.
No, don't put it on me. To me, and this is real. To me, I think it was Steven Aranda.
That makes sense, too. Let's call him
What
next.
about my answer to why I never told you?
Oh yeah, why? I forgot.
It's too funny.
Oh yeah, Steve never told me about this anti-bullying thing because it was too
Were
funny.
you trying to
stop.
hold back, like, giggles the whole time?
Probably.
Oh man, it makes me feel bad though, because you know what? I never knew that we were bullies. You know, I never really took it seriously.
Right.
And now looking back, it made me realize, like,
Wow, you're an asshole.
yeah, I felt we had this church group of kids, like, it was us and all the pretty girls in church. And I was so happy to be in that group that I really wanted it to be exclusive, you know? I wanted to...
No nerds allowed.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fuck, man. We were little fucking sociopaths.
Kids tend to
Yeah.
group, though. That's just like the way, that's just natural. Like in school, you know, that's just how it goes, I feel like. But
Definitely.
I don't remember ever bullying anyone.
Oh, very good. Very
That
good.
being said.
I mean,
But I could be called out on that. I don't know. Actually, I take that back. I have bullied somebody before.
you have? How?
Yep, and she's actually a best friend of mine, and I feel bad about it to this day.
Really?
Yes. And I will say it out loud, but I won't say her name.
Okay.
In high school, she got the understudy to me in the play.
Oh.
As the main character?
Okay, yeah.
And she was chunkier than me.
Okay.
And I fucking went around because I was jealous because she got like a certain amount of shows officially, and I didn't think that was right because she was
Right.
my understudy, even though she was a friend of mine and then stopped obviously after, and then we continued our friendship after, and she's a great fucking girl. And I'll tell you who she is after.
I think I know who she is, but go on.
And yeah, I just like had people calling her like the chunky Dorothy and stuff, and like the second Dorothy, and that was so not right and
Right.
so immature and childish. And I am guilty of bullying, so I definitely take it back.
Fuck.
I apologize.
That's worse than our story.
Yeah, that's a real bullying story where
Wow.
she was actually upset about it and had a right to be.
That's 13 Reasons Why,
That's fucked up.
you know?
I'm gonna
Wow.
cry myself to sleep tonight. Just kidding. No, but I do feel bad. I still do. Sorry to take that sharp turn real quick,
Jesus
but
Christ.
I really had to take it back because
Yeah,
I clearly said I never bullied anyone. That's not true.
you really did.
Yeah.
You're a big fucking bully.
Yeah.
In fact, Steve, I remember you and I kind of bullied our youth group leader a little bit as well. I remember one time I heard him under his breath go, "So disrespectful," you know? And fuck, man. I just want to know, like, looking back, do you think that overall that we were good kids, or do you think that you know, that we were just assholes?
I think we're normal kids, you know, good kids. I think that's just.
I think you
being a
guys are
kid.
good people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely thought you were a little disrespectful sometimes, but you were just Pat.
And he still is.
You think so?
A little bit.
Well,
Not in a
you're
bad
a
way, but I
comedian,
think
you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
You have your personality that's very.
disheartening.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to call to say, Steve,
Don't die.
I hope that you don't have it. I love you even if you do, you know? And I'm sure it's going to all be okay.
Are you allowed to take off of work, Steve?
Yeah.
Stay out of people's toilets.
He's playing the game right now.
Say that again. Sorry.
He said stay out of people's toilets and sinks.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm going to let you go, man.
All right. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
Don't
no.
apologize. Enjoy.
We love you, man.
I
Bye.
love you guys too.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, he said.
Oh, Steve.
So that's Steve.
That's Steve.
He'd been on the podcast before.
Yeah, he has his own episode. So before we go, too, have you seen the Cardi B Corona video?
No.
All right, so Keith Parks, a friend of mine, sent me this, and there's two versions.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Government, let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. I
Those
don't know
nails.
what the fuck this coronavirus is about. I don't understand how that shit was from Wuhan, China. Now all of a sudden this shit is on motherfucking tour. And let me tell
On
y'all something.
tour?
I ain't gonna front. A bitch is scared. I'm a little scared, you know what I'm saying? shit got me panicking. And a lot of you motherfuckers think it's a joke, like I was thinking, right? But that shit right there, just because you think you immune to it, guess what? Your pocket ain't, bitch, because a lot of shit comes from motherfucking China, bitch. So if you wonder where your motherfucking weave or your fashion over motherfucking packages have arrived, guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, shit is real.
A bitch is
Shit is
scared.
getting real. Woo! Bitch, I'm scared.
I love her so much.
So someone
What is she wearing?
someone made a remix video of that.
Her nails are like this long, first of all. She's such a fucking boss. How
yes.
do you do anything? You don't have to.
Yeah, she reminds me in that video. There's this one lady, and I'll tell you this: the rest of her did not look like Cardi B at all.
Okay.
She worked at TJ Maxx, and I was always so scared of her because she had the long Velociraptor claws, and she would always tap away at the register, and she was so fucking mean. I would always on the line as I'm trying to get my like South Pole t-shirts, dude. And the Snoop Dogg clothing line, I would pray I wouldn't get her. You know? All right, so here is someone made a remix of that, and this shit I feel is lit. Okay.
Oh my god, okay. I'm ready.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus!
This bumps, dude. I can't. Oh my god.
Man.
It's amazing. Oh my god.
You know?
Woo! I can't believe this.
Yeah. Oh!
Did you even watch it that far?
Nah.
Hold up.
Yo.
That's amazing.
Whoever made that's fucking
That's
genius.
a genius video.
That reminds me of back in the day when anytime a news clip went viral, there'd be a song of it, you know? Like I'm climbing in your window.
That's exactly what I was
snatching
gonna
your
say.
people up.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
that
so
shit,
funny.
I mean, that's my favorite song of the year so far.
I love it.
And you know what? That could make. I don't think it makes light of what's going on, but it can make you laugh in the middle of what's going on.
It's
you know?
also informative. Cardi
Yeah.
B's scared.
Yeah.
So I'm scared.
A bitch scared.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, a bitch scared. I mean, that's yeah. You know, I was really like pushing against it. I don't really like mass hysteria, and I don't like, you just hear one thing and you believe it and stuff like that. So at first I was just like, everyone, like, calm down and this and that. But, looking at the numbers and stuff and seeing that and thinking to myself, like, shit, that sounds horrible. I don't want shortness of breath. I don't want fever. I don't want something that there's not a quick, vaccine for, just like the flu. Like, it sounds shitty, and I'm on board with, the measures to to help prevent the spread of it, and stuff. I just think, I hope and I am excited for this to be over, because it is, like, day to day is, like, different, Yeah. It's weird.
I'm going to leave it in the links below. I think that the most concise and informative videos I've seen, the comedian Andrew Schultz has been compiling all of the information into these half-hour clips.
And laying it down straight.
Yeah, and it's just conversational, it's funny, and it's accurate. And I think that what opened my eyes the most was the situation in Italy, because a lot of who we work with on our comics, they live in Italy.
Yes.
And they're currently, they can't leave their houses.
Yeah, it's strange. Just the other day, I asked Pat, do you think it's going to be a situation where we, like, lock down, can't leave our house? He's like, I don't think so. That sounds over the top,
I didn't think so at all.
I didn't think that's possible. And then today, he, like, dialed back and was like, well, actually, Italy's already doing that, so you might want to think about, like, stocking up on things, that you would need for the next, couple months or whatever, so.
Yeah, because what changed the game for me really was when I heard why they're quarantining, when I heard that they're quarantining to limit the spread and slow the spread down.
Because obviously people don't care. Like that guy who took a plane, or people who still will go out, or people will be sick and they don't know yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, fuck it. If we can't stop you guys from being smart as we want you to be, we're just going to enforce this for a while.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it'll, be limited to certain, whatever, like hospitals and shit, and then they can fix everyone and it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hoping, but I don't know.
Me too. On the other side of things, though, Stephen Lightman comments, I like big dicks.
It's a good thing to like.
Yeah. I'm glad you don't,
Oh my God. Burn to yourself for no reason.
I mean, medium's fine, right?
You make do.
Thank you. I remember when I first realized how much meat my best friend Steve was packing, right? When I saw him, he was wearing these silver shorts, and I saw him, like, right now I'm wearing pants, and the whole package kind of, like, sits in the middle, right? Steve, like, had his dick, but it was resting like a snake, like a fucking slumbering snake on his thigh.
Very good.
It was shaped like a J.
And that's where he got his nickname?
The J, right? And I just poked it.
I saw your hand going to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that's what you were going to say.
I don't
even know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't, like, pick it up and start sucking it, but
I know, but you just wanted to make sure that he didn't have, like, an implant there for just hanging out. He like, stuffed his pants, you thought?
Well, no. I wanted to poke his dick.
Okay.
I wanted to be like, it's kind of like a porn, But where, in the end...
None I've ever seen, no.
Nothing gets sucked off, But there is one porn that I watched where there is a girl taking selfies, right? Mm-hmm. And a guy, her stepbrother and his best friend are watching her take, like, nude selfies. And she turns around and she's happy to see that the best friend, right? Mm-hmm. He has a bulge in his pants. And she's poking and she's like, that's because of my selfies? And she's like, that's real? That's what I did to Steve.
Wow.
I mean, the way it turns out is different for him versus Steve.
Right.
In the end.
In the happy end.
Of the porn. But yeah, that's what happened.
Wonderful.
I think that's it for today. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks to our guests, low-key
phone
guests.
Yeah, that was fun, right?
Yeah,
it's fun
I like
to
that.
do. I want to see how the audio came out there, see if I have any tweaks. Well. But yeah.
It sounds like they could hear at least what your mom was saying.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Randall says...
Hey, Randall.
Yeah, Randall begins comments right here. Just caught the end. Here I am. Randall, hello. I'm sorry that this is the end, but this is the end.
This is the end.
Thanks for being my co-host and my beautiful wife.
Thank you for being the best jizz.
Actually, one thing I did want to bring up is how do you like recording here versus recording in the other location?
I just don't like that it's that far away.
Right, because I think that visually it probably looks better in the other place, and I think that it might change the dynamic a little bit if we would do episodes where you're sitting across from me solo,
cool.
and I could be a little more talking directly to you. But I don't know, I'll have to see how that goes down.
We can make it so that we go there for the day and then just do that.
Yeah, we can experiment,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, thank you for everyone who watched. If you missed the Devon Lake episode, you know, you're probably going to have a lot of time to catch up. So go back in our channel and catch that. I got a burp. I'm going to see if I can end before that comes out.
We'll see. Nope.
Couldn't do it.